On this day in 1890, the final day of the first session of the 51st Congress 1889-91, House Postmaster James L. Weed of Wisconsin resigned after an investigation found that he had received kickbacks on a lucrative mail contract and had listed a government printing office employee on the postmaster's payroll whose salary went largely to Weed's son. Weed's patron, Representative Lucien B. Coswell Rewis, tendered the postmaster's resignation on the floor of the chamber moments before the House Committee on Accounts reported its unanimous recommendation that Weed be fired. Weed, however, was permitted to resign without having to face criminal charges. Story continued below. The investigation proved to be electioneer embarrassment for the newly formed Republican majority in the House under the leadership of Speaker Thomas Brackett Reed of Maine. It became a partisan issue when Republican members of the panel, having confirmed Weed's guilt, turned their attention to alleged practices that had been pursued by Lycurgus Dalton, Weed's immediate predecessor as the House postmaster. They failed, however, in their attempt to show that Dalton had also skimmed funds, as Weed had charged in his testimony before the committee. The New York Times surmised that Weed seems to have lost no opportunity for making money out of his office. The scandal, the newspaper said, has been made the greater by the futile effort to cover it up. Weed was born in Bridgeport, Madison County, New York, in 1840. He served in the U.S. Army for 3 years during the Civil War, going on to become a coal dealer. He died in 1913 in Los Angeles. From 1834 to 1993, the postmaster was an elected officer of the House, a position that inevitably faded in importance with the rise of email and other online messaging services. During that 159-year period, the postmaster was charged with overseeing mail operations in the U.S. Capitol Post Office and with the delivery of the mail to members and to various House officers. The House Reform Resolution of 1992 abolished the office and distributed its duties among other House officers, while also outsourcing some of the work to private firms. In 1834, William J. McCormick, a doorkeeper's office employee, became the first House postmaster. 4 years later, the postmaster was also given responsibility for the entire U.S. Capitol Post Office. Before the creation of the office of postmaster, workers handled mail duties in the office of the House doorkeeper and were paid additional compensation for their efforts. A total of 21 postmasters were elected by the House before the position was terminated. One of them, William S. King, 18,281,900, served as a Republican congressman from Minnesota after his postal service. Source: www.history.house.gov